What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another top speed tune video. This is going to be the top speed tune for the P1 GTR. I probably won't be posting another video for this, for a regular tune for this one, because this is going to be a glitch, I guess you say, tune. Only reason I say that is, as you guys will see once again in the car settings, the drift tab and the road tab tunes, and I'll show you guys here in a little bit, are exactly the same. Only difference is the tabs. But just in case for anybody that has just seen this video but haven't seen my previous video on the 908 318 top speed tune, that tune and this tune are both exactly the same type of category. It's a glitch tune off the drift tab. One thing you do not want to do is swap between the drift tab and the road tab with the L1 or the R1. If you want to switch between two, go to the change sheet and then change to that, because that won't mess up the glitch. The glitch is the fact that it it gives the car less downforce. Yeah, I honestly can't explain it. I believe I said that in the previous video. And these are the only two cars I've been able to find that can use this glitch. It's the only two cars that are affected by this glitch. I will quickly scroll down so you guys can see a little bit of what it looks like. This tune is exactly the same as the road tune. So that way you guys don't have to worry about looking up another video for this, or waiting for me to upload another video, because this tune is exactly the same on both tabs. So all you gotta do is, at this point, just probably write it down, or just do what I did, is just go from road, go to change the sheets, setting sheet, go to the drift tab, and then put what you can from what you remember there, or just write it down. But this is gonna be for the drift tab. It goes 286 by itself with the DSR. I believe I pronounced that correctly. If not, it's DRS. Can't remember exactly. And it goes 304 just before you hit the turn, when you're doing testing. But if you're on an actual lobby race, you'll stay at 304 going into the turn, and it'll stay there for a very, very long time. So I'm pretty confident it's a 304. If it's not, it's a 303, but it's most likely a 304. But the top speed for that isn't that big of an issue, because it's not that big of a factor, really. It's a 286 tune, effectively. On the drift tab, though, or on the road tab, sorry, is a 275 tune. I've worked on this tune very, very long. It's taken me quite some time to get this fine-tuned. I was having a problem getting the 275 on the road tab, and I had a problem getting it. As I had tried as much as I could to get as much, not even downforce really, just I was trying to get as much speed off of it as I could, and I finally hit 275 on it. But here's the suspension. It's completely different than what I would consider most race cars have. Granted, this isn't probably a exact race car like a Group 1 car, but it's still, I always consider it a race car. But for some reason, this tune is almost identical to one of the other tunes I have for the F1. The F1 tune I will probably post relatively soon, hopefully, if not within a couple of weeks, possibly, of the posting of this video. But that's the suspension. Aerodynamics, as I said before in the previous video, doesn't seem to matter really. I don't even touch them anyway. Drivetrain doesn't have a big factor whatsoever. And here's the transmission. Once again, like with most videos I have now at this point, is the transmission flip. I understand not a lot of people are, don't want a transmission flip, but again, this is my type of tune. It works out very well. It may not have the acceleration, but it has the top end, which is what I mainly go for. But you want to take the final gear, put it all the way to the left, which I believe is going to be 5. To the right, sorry, which will be 5.0 if I'm correct. Take your top speed of the 280, and then from there, take the final gear, match the 2.632 that I have, and then match the gears. The gears shouldn't be that big of an issue. They're all roughly around the climbing, I guess ratio. Fourth gear is a little bit different though, because fourth gear is going to be a little bit shorter, because fourth gear is where you're going to be hitting your top speed. On the road tune though, you'll be going to fourth gear once you hit the 294 at the top speed of that. But once you lose your boost, or your battery really, once your battery runs out, that's when we want to shift into third on the road tune. But this one, fourth gear works out perfectly fine. But other than that, and also fifth gear, I have it that far, stretched out that far, mainly because it doesn't seem to affect it a whole lot. I can barely get above 310 on the road tune. The drift tune, I haven't messed with it. It probably could go a lot faster, so if you guys want to, you can slam the fifth gear all the way to the right, make it as short as you can so you can get more draft out of it. But honestly, not sure. I've never raced this car pretty much against any 908, really. And that's the only car they can actually put this to the test to see if this can actually go 320, 330 in a draft. I'm not really sure. But the road tune, it does go, I guess it does go in tandem with most of the other street cars, but in the draft wise, it can keep up with most of the other Group 1 cars up until they get their own draft. Other than that, we'll head out to the track so I can show you guys what the evidence of that this thing can go. And honestly, this it honestly, it doesn't, skitter at all on the turn, really. It just hugs the turn. A lot of the race car-ish types of cars, I notice that they tend to jitter a little bit on the turns a lot. But this is probably one of the very few, most likely, that doesn't do it. Which I found out very shocking, honestly, based off of how the suspension is set up, because the F1, as you guys will see in that when I post that video, it does not want to be nowhere near the embankment on the turn. You gotta be hugging the flat ground on the bottom of the turn just to keep a good speed without going slamming into the wall up top. It reminds me a little bit of the Bugatti when you would raise the nose up in the air from GT6. On here, from my memory, it doesn't do that really. It actually is okay with the nose being raised up all the way. But then again, they did change up the physics a lot, for sure. But as you guys can see here, 304, it's going to stick 304 all the way down to the turn and then once I lose my battery, right there, that's when it starts losing. Now this can, as I said, this can go anywhere on the turn. You can be up on top if you want. You can go all the way to the bottom. It just loves to hug the turn a lot. As I try to keep it from fishtailing on the embankment. But yeah, it goes pretty decently fast. Now if I could get now, you could typically get about 265, I think, in the turn. I did mess it up there, but I remember getting a 270 at max, at absolute max 270 on the turn. It does take a decent while to climb up to the 286. But you know, it's not going to really matter a whole lot, especially if you're able to draft beat anybody. If the you know, the lobby allows drafting, you know, you can easily get up to your cruising speed quite quickly. If not, it does take some time to get to 286. I just can't remember. I want to say it gets to 286 just before the opening of the tunnel, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But I'm pretty confident it'll hit 286 before then. But knowing that the road tab tune, yep, there it is, goes 275, and that's the peak I can get it. I'm pretty confident this is the peak that that this will be. I will be shocked if this can hit anywhere above 288. If it somehow hits 290, I'll be shocked, and I'll definitely be posting a video on it, but most likely this is the max you can get out of it. But other than that, this will be the end of the video. If you liked this video, hit like. Also subscribe for more videos. And also check out my earlier videos, I guess you say. I know I haven't posted a whole lot, but I got, as I said, the 908 tune that I just posted yesterday, and I've got a bunch of other really, really good tunes from probably a little bit over a year ago. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode. See ya.